Have you ever doubted that Jesus really loved you? It's me. Welcome to the Bible in a Year. So many of us struggle with our faith. You know Jesus loves us, but sometimes we need a little reminder. And that's what we're going to see in today's passage. We're in Matthew 14. There's a huge storm going on. The disciples are in the boat, they're rowing, and all of a sudden they see Jesus walking on the sea. And they're like, "Whoa, who is that?" And Jesus calls out, "Take courage, it is I." And Peter, he's like, "Oh Lord, if it's really you, tell me to come." So Jesus says, "Come." And Peter steps out of the boat and begins to walk on water toward Jesus. But then Peter sees the waves, gets scared, and he starts to sink. And Jesus reaches out his hand, grabs him, and is like, "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" Let's take a moment and really think about this story. The disciples are in a boat. They've been out there for quite some time. It's late at night. They're battling the elements. They're exhausted. They're probably a little discouraged. And then all of a sudden, right in the middle of their struggle, they see Jesus walking on the water. And I can only imagine that when they saw that, some of them thought, "Is this a curse? Is this a judgment? Why is he walking on the water? What does this mean?" But then Jesus identifies himself. He says, "Don't be afraid, it's me." And Peter wants to be sure. He wants Jesus to say it again. And so Jesus says, "Come." Peter steps out of the boat, and immediately he begins to sink. This is one of my favorite verses. He rebuked them for their unbelief and their hypocrisy. "For truly, I say to you, if you have faith like a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you." When we put our faith in Jesus, nothing will be impossible for us. When Peter started to sink, he was focusing on the wrong thing. Instead of focusing on Jesus, he looked around at all the circumstances, and he began to fear. And as soon as he focused on the fear, he started to sink. But as soon as he focused back on Jesus, he was saved. So many times in life, we look at the circumstances and we start to panic. But the truth is, if we keep our eyes on Jesus, we will not be moved. That's the Bible in a year. Remember, Jesus loves you. Until next time, walk good.